There are many activities that can bring a family together. For Rick Bloodworth and his family, they love games and thrive on competition, but there's one game that's guaranteed to bring them all together.
My dad coached my sister and I, so we were at the gym when he'd have practices and just at all of his games.
I really don't know what life would be like without basketball, so it's hard to say, what is it like with basketball, because it's unbelievable. Like, from a really young age, I think it was more about competition than it was about basketball.
It was the perfect coaching clinic for Tracy and Andy. They were living under the same roof as one of the most successful high school girls basketball coaches in Michigan history.
Growing up, I basically remember talking to my dad about practices and sitting there, and he'd have his clipboard at home, and we would draw up plays. And I'm sure that some of the plays that I drew up or Andy drew up were like the most ridiculous things ever, but he never made fun of them. Basically would come and do stats and different things, and he would explain things to me that I'm sure some of his high school kids didn't know, and I was in 5th or 6th grade, so it was just always a lot of fun to me.
Tracy and Andy's love for the game grew, and their skill grew as well. Coach Rick would lead his daughter's team to the state finals for a game the sisters wouldn't forget.
Coach Bloodworth of the St. Joe Bears, I'm sure, has a good game plan to try to stop this vaunted Frankenmuth squad.
We had to play together for basically the state tournament her freshman year in high school and my senior year in high school, and we went all the way to the finals and lost, but that was kind of fun. I'm sure she'll tell you a different story.
I just remember it being fun, being able to be on the team with my sister. I just remember her yelling at me to give her the ball back. Apparently she was afraid I was going to turn it over.
Look what she got to do out of that, because she got a good angle. Go a little closer.
Following their playing careers, Tracy and Andy would follow in their father's footsteps and pursue a career in coaching.
We've always wanted to work together. I mean, that's kind of been a dream, or at least that was the dream back then.
My sister had gotten her first head coaching job at Ferris State University, so I helped her as a volunteer assistant that year.
She helped out a lot that first year, and it was a big transition for me. I mean, I was 26 years old as a head coach.
Tracy would take a head coach position at Valparaiso, and Andy would find her home with the Liberty Flames under head coach Kerry Green.
Coach Green had called right after a recruiting period, and through prayer and talking with him and just seeing the godly man that he was and how he wants to impact the lives of these young athletes, I wanted to be a part of it, and I love it.
Tracy and Andy still look forward to a little sisterly competition from time to time. They've had several meetings over the years, most recently a buzzer beater at Valpo.
Competition between us, it's friendly for sure. Just that competitiveness to try and beat your older sister that's bigger and sometimes picked on me. It was fun.
We competed those years and split, some of those games, and they had good teams and we had good teams. You want to see both teams play well and just, let the winner win.
For Tracy and Andy, the game of basketball is just a small part of life. Coaching is more than drills, stats, and scoring. It's about developing the entire player, and most of all, their heart.
I feel like you could go a little closer to the street.
It's not all about winning. It's about learning and growing through the process. When you work hard and you use the gifts that God has given you to the best of your ability and not, wasting them, then you're going to be successful.